Somewhere in the heart of the city, under the neon haze and the constant hum of traffic, there was an apartment complex no one noticed. It wasn't because it was hidden, it stood tall like the rest of the buildings, but because it simply blended in like a shadow at dusk. Inside that building, on the 13th floor, a single room was locked tight. It wasn't rented, and no one ever entered. But behind its walls, something or someone was always watching. Detective Samir was no stranger to bizarre cases, but this one had him on edge. He was called in after 3 tenants from the building disappeared within 2 weeks. No struggle, no signs of foul play, just gone. The only clue? A chilling message scrawled on each missing tenant's mirror. The silent watcher sees all. Samir stood in the dimly lit hallway, his flashlight flickering as if reluctant to reveal what lay ahead. He approached the landlord, an old man with trembling hands who swore he knew nothing about the disappearances. But when Samir asked about the locked room on the 13th floor, the man's face turned pale. "That room," the landlord whispered, "was sealed 10 years ago. The tenant, well, she never left. Not in the usual way." "What do you mean?" Samir pressed. The landlord hesitated, then leaned closer. "She used to sit by the window, watching everyone, day and night, and one day she just vanished. No one saw her leave but the window. It wouldn't stop fogging up, like someone was still breathing on the glass." Samir felt a chill crawl up his spine, but shrugged it off. He had dealt with irrational fears before. This was just another mystery waiting to be solved. Later that night, Samir decided to investigate the room. Breaking the padlock, he pushed open the heavy door. The air inside was dense, as if it hadn't been disturbed in years. Dust coated every surface, but the window, clean and spotless, offered a perfect view of the bustling city below. As he stepped closer, he noticed something unusual. The glass wasn't reflecting his face. Instead, it showed a faint figure, a woman staring back at him with hollow eyes. Suddenly, the room felt alive. A low hum filled the air, and shadows began to twist and merge, forming words on the wall. "You shouldn't have come." Samir turned to leave, but the door slammed shut. His flashlight died. In the darkness, he heard whispers, soft, deliberate, and everywhere. "We see you." He fumbled for his phone, its faint glow revealing the words now etched all around him. "The silent watcher sees all." The whispers grew louder, merging into a deafening roar, and then silence. When Samir's colleagues arrived the next morning, the room was empty. No sign of Samir, no footprints, no disturbed dust, except for a single message on the window, visible from outside the building. "One more for the watcher." To this day, residents say they can feel eyes on them whenever they walk past that building. They don't look up, they don't ask questions, and they certainly don't stop. Because the silent watcher is still there, watching, waiting, and choosing its next victim. Do you feel like you're being watched? Maybe you are.